Hi. What's up, everybody? I hope that you're all still alive and surviving and thriving in this 2020 apocalypse. Today, I'd like to have a conversation with you guys. I know what you're thinking. Yes, I've just woken up, so I do not have voice. But I've got a huge ass list of points that I'd like to talk about. And so let's just get started. Am I still doing game development? And what's up with all of my projects? So the answer to that would be both yes and no, in a sense that I am still doing game dev, and I'm going to show you guys what I've been up to. But no, I haven't really made a lot of progress on my different projects. And what is the plan for them? Just to give you guys a little bit of context for those of you who may be interested in what's up in my life, I get it. If you're not into that, like you can just like skip this part. I've just started my second year of PhD, and it's rough. Like there has been a lot going on. I'm writing right now my second research paper. Part of my work got patented, and I just have deadline after deadline after deadline, and it looks like it's gonna be like that at least for the whole like end of 2020 and going into 2021 already. Like I already have deadlines, and I'm already scheduling and like planning ahead up till May 2021. So I really have been focusing a lot on that because that's my career, and I really want to do like well on my PhD. Like I really want to have, a good PhD at the end of my PhD and like good results and stuff, because it's going to have like a big impact on my career as a research engineer. And so I've been mainly prioritizing that. And on my free time, I've been just playing games and resting and like doing whatever. But I just didn't really feel like coding mainly and like dealing with all of the technical part of game development. So to keep this relatively short, I have 3 ongoing projects. I have Quantum Ruins that you guys know about. I had Cookie Master and Ruins with a Y. For Quantum Ruins, as I said, I wanted to try out something 3D, but I'm still not at that level in terms of learning. I still have just so much to learn, and I really need to also enjoy the process of learning. So I'm just gonna push that into 2021 and beyond, because I mean it's not a race. Even though I do put some pressure on me, and I understand there are people out there like asking for updates on how my 3D game is going and stuff. But the truth is that I have maybe all combined like 1 week, like 1-2 weeks of like trying 3D things out. Like I don't have years of experience, so I can't pretend to like be able to do anything, right? So everything 3D related is just going to be pushed forward. And so yeah, like it's whatever. Like I bought a couple of courses. I have all of the resources, but I just don't feel like doing it right now. So like, yeah, there is that. I'm not going to give you any like 3 updates. Okay, so let's just move on from that. Then there is Cookie Master and Ruins, which are the 2 projects going on in Godot. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I don't feel like working on them. And you might be like, oh my God, Ricardo, that is so irresponsible for you. Oh my God, why would you do that? Because that is the response that partly the response that I got. Let's all calm down. Let's all take a deep breath. Let's process this and let's try not to attack each other. Okay. Like, for God's sake. And I get it because I read all the comments and all the messages that you send me. I know that a lot of you guys feel disappointed. And I've chosen right now not to get those messages that like feedback affect me. And that's why I like to like talk a little bit about what game dev represents for me and why solo game dev may definitely be not for me. We need to step a little bit back. So first of all, since this channel is mainly focused on pixel art and game dev, it's normal that like I get this idea that that's the only thing that I work on. I have a lot of different hobbies, and they're all at the same level for me. You know what I'm saying? I've said it a million times, but first, I'm not interested in becoming a game developer, as in like a full-time game developer. Second, I don't have this urge of like finishing a project or like actually making a game. And this whole like journey was more like an exploration for me of a possible new hobby. And I think that this did not come through, and it definitely affected me more than I wanted to accept it. I've said multiple times that I feel like I don't belong to this community, and I truly don't, because I like look at so many other like game development channels, and there are a lot of people who are really like, this is like game dev is what I want to do in my life. And I'm stand here and I'm like, I'm doing my PhD during the day, and then like when I have some free time, I enjoy doing some game dev, but I also, there are parts that I really do not like, right? And sometimes I feel like journaling, other times I feel like cooking, other times I feel like playing video games, other times I feel like reading, other times I feel like studying sciences, other times I feel like just doing nothing. And in general, it's not my passion, and I don't know how to say it like more clearly. Like, I'm not as passionate about game development as how this whole channel makes it look like, which is also one of the reasons why I had a little bit of a breakdown, and like I felt like such a fraud and an imposter, because like on some sense, like I look at this channel, I'm like, who is this person even? Like, right? Who is this person super passionate about game development? Which is like not necessarily who I am, like in real life. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, I still enjoy game development a lot. In particular, I enjoy the artistic part. So I enjoy doing pixel art. I enjoy the music. I enjoy the story. I told you guys, like, now I'm playing a little bit more of games in general, but I'm not a gamer, and I approach game development more from a non-gamer perspective. So I usually have like a super great like story idea, and then I do not know how to like put it into like a playable game. And that, I think that's also a valid approach. What I want to say is that I'm just exploring game development, and I'd like to have that experience, this experience of exploration. I have not been trying to make games in like 10 years. I have not had this dream of making games. And I just like to have fun and like enjoy the process of trying to make something. But I feel like I couldn't share 100% of that without being attacked and without being like criticized. And that comes from this bubble of like who Rick actually is. And I know that I'm rambling, so I think like probably you guys are not even like watching this video at this point. So I'm just gonna move on to the next point, right? Like to the 10 people who are actually interested in this video. So the next point is that I've missed the exploratory part. I think it's very important when you start a new hobby that you just try new things out, okay? Like you just go for it, you try it, you make mistakes, you start projects, you finish projects. Like I can start a project every day and I can like abandon it the same day and I don't feel guilty, right? However, since like I'm supposed to be giving you updates on the projects, it ends up like I end up feeling guilty for something that I wouldn't be feeling guilty otherwise, like if I didn't have this channel. You know what I'm saying? So it's got to a point where I'm like, I'd rather like not share anything about game development, even though I have been doing game development, because it's better that way. Because like I don't want to face the criticism. I don't even I'm having a hard time understanding. Like there are still people subbing, and I'm like, what are the people looking for? And I'm like, what is the point of this channel? Like, what is the reason behind it? You know what I'm saying? Like it's supposed to be a game dev channel, but then like I start projects and then abandon them. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I wish I could share just the journey, and that's sort of what I'd like to do moving forward, which is like, what? So to sum up, I'd like to explore a little bit more game devs and just do whatever I feel like doing. Like I wake up in the morning, I'm like, I'm gonna do some pixel art, or I'm gonna do some music, or I'm gonna definitely not doing some code, because I get it now. I'm not made to be a solo game developer. Like there are some parts that I don't enjoy doing. There are some parts of the coding that I don't enjoy doing. And I'm not gonna self-inflict guilt onto myself if I don't want to deal with some parts of the code, because it's a hobby at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like I do some coding for my PhD. I do simulation. I don't need validation from the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't need validation like by making a game, because I've already validated myself. Like I have a pretty successful life. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so my hobbies have to stay that way. Like my hobbies have to be for me to express some parts of myself and enjoy the process, which is also why I've picked up recently RPG Maker MV, and I can already see it. It's my imposter like coming here. I can already see the outrage. Oh my god, Ricardo, you are abandoning projects and then you're starting new projects. Yes, I am. Okay, like I am. Just let me. Okay, just let me be. Just let me do whatever I feel like it with my life and like with this channel. I've picked up RPG Maker MV and I've started just playing around with it. I started playing around with RPG Maker, which I bought 2 years ago and never used. Like I bought it full price, $70, like 70 euros. And I've like never used it. Like I used it for a couple of hours and then was that. So like I picked it up because it was like, wait, this is here and it doesn't require code. And I can just focus maybe a little bit on the story and like on anything that's not necessarily code related. And so I've just been having fun with that. And I haven't shared it, but I'd like to share it, so I may share it. So there's that. What do I want to do in the future? That's a good question. I'd love to share the journey of me exploring this new hobby without having the stress of like actually making any progress, because I'm going to tell it again so that hopefully it's clear. I'm not interested in becoming a game developer, like a full-time game developer. And I'm not interested in releasing games. I'm just interested in trying out a new hobby and have fun with it. And if I want one day to wake up and not work on it and like delete the folder of the project, I can and I will, because it's not that important in my life. Like it's a little tiny part of who I am, and it has to stay that way. I've tried being 100% like serious with it, and it ended up affecting my mental health in such a bad way, because it's not like, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not gonna push myself to I'm not gonna force myself to be someone who I'm not. And I'm not a game developer, and I'm not necessarily like a huge gamer. Like I enjoy video games and I enjoy making video games, but like there are also things that I enjoy even more. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not my end goal. It's not who I am. And that's why I have a hard time being identified with the whole like game dev community. You know what I'm saying? So to the 3 people who are still here, because I know this video is just so long, I've been working on a RPG Maker MV game with this great Chrono Engine plugin, which you can basically use to have a combat system like in Chrono Trigger, which if you guys know, it's like one of my favorite games like ever. And so I've been just playing around with it. I'm gonna put some of that on screen so that you can have a look at that. And there's that. I did not make the art because I looked at it and I was like, I just want to play around with RPG Maker, because I wanted to focus a little bit more on the story part and on like trying new things out. And so I bought the tile sets. Oh my god, it's not my pixel art. Who cares? And I'm having a lot of fun with it. Okay, go support the artist. I actually applied to the Patreon. I bought a 1-year Patreon like bundle thing so that I could have access to all the art, and it's great and it's amazing, and that's it. Like there you have it, everybody. To sum up, this channel sort of happened. Okay, it grew way more than I expected. Game dev is part of my life, but like not everything. And I'm not gonna let myself feel stressed or feel like guilty over projects that are like at the end of the day are just like exploratory projects. And I know because I can see the comments coming, because I read the comments. To all the people saying, but you should finish your project. Well, you do not know me in real life, okay? So I know what's good for me. And please like keep that to yourself, you know what I'm saying? And if that pushes people away from the channel, so be it. Like honestly, so be it. Like I'm not like I want to be 100% honest with you guys. And if honesty doesn't sit right with other people, then they can leave. That's it. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. It's either like you enjoy what I share, which is like me possibly like starting projects and then abandoning them and then not coming back to them or maybe finishing them. It's either that or I'm not gonna like put myself all of this pressure on me to finish a project that like, you know what I'm saying? So on that note, it may be a little bit harsh, but you know what? It's real life. It's harsh. It's that's just how it is. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. And to the one person who's still here, thank you. Thank you for watching. Oh my God. Why is life so hard? Why can life be easy? It can be easy. It's just me. I'm complicated and like I have feelings and feelings get to my head. And yeah, okay, whatever. Bye.